Okay. Well, if you have any other questions, ask. In the meantime, I'm gonna explain what. Not explain. We're gonna figure out what we want to do next. So there's a few things we can do next. I feel like crew combat's good enough for right now. Um, and obviously ship combat's done for right now, but we'll be going back and adding in more stuff, flushing things out. But what I want to do is I want to build the game out horizontally, and once that horizontal chunk is done, build up. So we have ship combat, we have crew combat, then we're gonna need like the overworld, and we're gonna need like menu stuff. So overworld will be sailing around and being able to pick encounters and stuff like that. Then menu stuff will be like, well, menu stuff is kind of a part of overworld. Well, there's two different things, because there's going to be like dealing with shops, fixing your shit, repairing stuff. So that's all like overworldy stuff. Then there'll be actual menu stuff like saving and whatnot, but that can come later. So what my idea is doing overworld stuff. And then once I get ship combat, crew combat, overworld stuff, then I'll start building up from there. So every few days I'll pick another section and work on it more. And then as those things go up, that will be how we'll just slowly build things up. And then over time the game will be done. And then once it's done, it'll probably spend another month or so of just general bug fixing, balancing, testing things out. It's going to be procedurally generated, so it's going to take quite a lot of man effort to iron out everything, make sure things aren't working, or things are working. Because that's just how procedural generated stuff goes. I mean, yeah, you can kind of get a good idea, but for extreme edge cases, you kind of need to be like, alright. And then balance is a whole nother thing, so I figure we can nail out both of those. Nail out weird, super weird edge cases and balance issues. Because the game should be difficult. Even on the easiest setting, you shouldn't win all the time. That's the point. The point is short games that are like 2-3 hours long that are horrible to get through. Horrible in the terms of like you will die and you will die a lot, but that's the point. It's a roguelike. And then you die and it's like, oh, okay, let me try again. It's the skill comes from honing things, knowing like, okay, it's completely risk reward once you get past mechanics. Once you're like, okay, I understand what things do. Now I need to know, okay, do I want to risk this? And if I do, what kind of rewards can I get? That's... No, because Dark Souls is fair. This will not be fair. Dark Souls is... For the most part, everything in Dark Souls you can prepare for by being very observant. You'll probably still miss things, but the game gives you hints, even if you don't notice them. So, how I like to describe this to people who know what these are is, it's going to be FTL mixed with Oregon Trail, but with pirates and a weird, silly art style. So, let me break things down a bit. You'll start off with like a tiny little pirate ship, maybe a few crew members. You'll be sailing through an overworld trying to accomplish some goal. I haven't figured out the goal yet. And you'll fight other ships and hopefully win. You'll have random events like your crew members will get scurvy, or like, I don't know, just like a storm happens or just things like that. And all this time, you'll be using plunder you get from killing other people and events to try to pay your crew members so you keep morale up. Hold on, I'm getting a call from my wife. This is probably important. Okay, sorry about that. My wife is coming by to pick up our insurance card. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. But that means I'm gonna have to leave in a few minutes. Like 10, 20. Hopefully I sent her the right address. I'm pretty sure I did. Let me Google Maps it. Anyways, yeah, so the ship you're gonna be able to add on to and grow it out. I'm not sure how big it'll get. Maybe not 40 cannons big, but we'll see. Because the problem is, I want it to eventually, like, near the end of the game, be, like, really big. Well, at the same time, it needs to be... The total ship as in the, like, how many X and Y it is, needs to be small enough that it fits comfortably on the screen so you can still click things. Yeah, you'll be able to... So, crew... This is how crew will be. You'll lose some crew through just combat death. You'll lose crew through, like, disease. You can gain crew by hiring them or pressing them into service. Obviously, this doesn't account for the crew you start with. Everybody will have the same set of skills. Well, everyone will be able to get the same set of skills. There'll be different skills like for weapons, piloting, fighting, repairing, maybe a few others. And as you do them, you gain experience and level up. And each level will effectively give you a N times 10 percentage decrease or increase. So like with the speed, yeah, like I said, it's going to be very similar to FTL. There'll be enough differences where it's not going to be just straight FTL, but it's the same genre. It's going to be similar. You know, I'll fully admit I'm taking some ideas from FTL, a good chunk of ideas, but I'm not just stealing them. I'm incorporating them, changing them, and making them my own. So I don't feel bad about admitting it, because basically every game is built off of some other game. And if you have a problem with that, whatever. But yeah, I think I mostly described what the game's going to be, what it's going to be like. Yeah, so there would be at least a captain, and if a captain dies, it's game over. So basically, you are the player. The player character is the captain. And if you die, it's over. Also, if you get mutinied, it's over. So there's going to be multiple things that lower and raise the mutiny level. Things like pressing people into service, not paying them enough, keel hauling people for minor things, just bad stuff will raise a mutiny. People will be like, oh, fuck this captain. And if you hit that, they'll mutiny and they'll kill the captain and it's over. So that's there to stop you from being ultra super greedy, like being like, fuck paying my employees. I'm not going to even hire them. I'm just going to steal them from other ships. So there's going to be this balancing act. You want to keep as much money as you can, but if you keep all of it, they will murder you. And then doing things like paying plunder out, booty, the people will lower it, make people like you better. Curing diseases fast. Certain events, if you do them, like, it's a no, I don't want to say morale system. I don't really know what to say. A douchebag level. The higher your douchebag level, the more likely they'll kill you. I'll probably eventually think up of a better name than the douchebag level. Yeah. So I don't blame you if you don't want to do it now, but on my Patreon, the $5 reward tier gets you monthly access to my game build. So at like the first second of a month, every month, I'll be putting out a private build. And that build, if you're on that $5 reward tier, I'll link people who are on that tier or higher, and they'll be able to download it and play it. In terms of douchebag level, in terms of like actual alpha phase, like where the game's like mostly done, I'm just flushing things out. I'd give it a few months, like somewhere between 4 to 7 months, we'll say, is where it will become like mostly a playable game. Because right now, yeah, you can download it and play it, but there's only one part of it and it's not very fleshed out. Really, what all of these monthly builds are for are to show I'm still working on it and show how far I've come each month. To prove I know what I'm doing. That's why the first build I made public, was so even people who didn't give me money could try it. And then also to get suggestions and ideas back. That's the main point I went with Patreon instead of Kickstarter to try and fund this is I want that tight feedback loop. Kickstarter is, here, have a bunch of money, and then you, like, the developer can update people, but they're not inclined to. They already got money. With this, like, if I get a ton of money and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be lazy because I can slack off because I just got like $5,000 this month, hypothetically, and people see I haven't done shit, they can just drop out, and then the next month I get like no money. So and I get these ideas back because I'm releasing these things, I'm writing dev vlogs, I'm doing these streams where I can talk to people, and it lets people know what's going on, lets people give feedback, so I can take that criticism and decide about it. Now, obviously, I'm not going to just change anything based on what people say, but I'll listen to it, and if I think it's a good suggestion, I'll do it. If I think, no, that changes what I want to do, I'll ignore it. Because I have that level of integrity where I have an idea, but if people give me a good suggestion, I won't ignore it. I'll listen to it at the very least. And that's why I'm doing Patreon. Plus, with Kickstarter, I mean, if I had an artist, maybe, but I still don't have an artist, which is why everything is jacked from free websites. Eventually, I really want an artist. And I've described this a few times before, but let me go over it in voice while I can talk. I want everything bright, colorful, and cute, like adorable, and look like it's like made out of like a scrapbook, like sheets of fabric, like just like think South Park, but instead of construction paper, it's like sheets of fabric. They're all like stitched together. And I want it like bright and colorful and happy, but I want it to starkly contrast with the gameplay of people murdering each other. So like, I want to see a little like yarn pirate man or fabric pirate man stab another pirate, and then just a spool of yarn like spills out and he dies. I want to have like this sun with like googly eyes like smiling as people are shooting cannons at each other. Isn't that amazing? I think it's a beautiful idea, and I'll fight anyone who disagrees. I just need to find someone who can do it. So if you know any artists, tell them about me. I don't have any money to pay now, which is a problem, but so I'm not expecting any work until I get money to pay. Unless someone's like, hey, I'm willing to work either for free or work for a % of a profit. But that's, you know, between me and them. Well, I'm not gonna ask anybody to work for free. Well, I will certainly take work for free if that's what if they want to do it for free. I'm not gonna stop them. I'm just not gonna ask them to do it for free. Because I think people should get paid for their work. Yeah. It's gonna be 2D. I don't want it to look like yarn though. I want it to be like flat sheets. But I don't know. I think that's it. I should probably be heading out. My wife should be getting here soon. Apparently my son is sick. Maybe I can convince him to bring me with him to urgent care because I kind of care about my son. Oop. So yeah. For you guys or the people watching later when I upload this to YouTube, if you want to know when I'm streaming, I'll be starting around 3 p.m. Eastern every day, at least weekdays. And but sometimes it'll be a bit later, a bit earlier. Sometimes I'll do it at night too, like my second stream in the day. You can follow me on Twitter at this, or on my Discord, and Discord's in the description of YouTube or in the thing in Twitch. I forget what they call the little info boxes. And then also my blog has after every stream I try to write up a thing, take a section of what I did, show code, explain it. Yeah, I am in Mountain Time, but Eastern Time is just easier to say. Most people know how far away they are from Eastern Standard Time. If I say Mountain Time, people are like, I don't know what that is. So yeah, I start streaming at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's just... Also, while I'm on the subject of all this stuff, I have debated if I do get high enough with my Patreon, and this is a very lofty goal and I don't expect it to happen, but I'll put it out there. If I hit high enough, like maybe like 8,000 or 9,000 a month, which is insane, I may release a game for free. Well, right now, a game will probably be 10, maybe 15 bucks. But if you know you want a copy of a game, you can just spend $10 on my Patreon, and that will, just 1 month worth will be like, okay, you get a copy of this game when it comes out. Alright, see you guys. Thanks for joining in. I hope you enjoy my game idea. Okay, bye.